Kylo Ren is going to be redeemed in episode 9. If he isn't, this video will age very poorly and be embarrassing for me. Does this not make noise? I thought they always made noise. What? What? I'm never using one of these again. Anyway, I thought the writing on the wall was pretty clear, but not everybody seems to agree with me, so I thought I would go back and organize all my points on the record in some kind of numbered list. It's not a top 10 list, it's just bullet points that I've put numbers onto, but there are 10 of them. Let's jump right in. 1, if he was going to be definitively evil, they would have made him look uglier. I mean, look what happened to Darth Vader the second that he turned to the dark side. He didn't even get a week of being hot and evil. There are plenty of franchises with sexy villains, and Star Wars is historically not one of them. They keep making Kylo Ren up to look just sad. Just really sad. Young and sad, like a baby Dumbo. Maybe that'll be what he has instead of a mask in the next movie. He'll just have clown makeup. What I'm saying is we're not getting disfigured Kylo Ren or greasy-haired Kylo Ren or shaved-head Kylo Ren. Not even evil goatee Kylo Ren. He doesn't even have the yellow Sith eyes, and his face scar is like specifically arranged to only make him look cooler. We are consistently getting shampoo commercial Kylo Ren, and they are like taking his shirt off, they're rubbing oil on his chest. Snoke and Palpatine didn't get this treatment, although I wish they had. I understand that beauty equals goodness is not a great trope and it's very overdone, but it's also super reliably seen in Star Wars. 2, the main reason that fans don't forgive him and want him to die is that he murdered Han Solo, and they said that you can't come back from that. There's no redemption, but Han Solo died still loving him and still wanting him to be good. So in my opinion, if Kylo Ren dies evil now, if anything, it's a disgrace to Han Solo's memory. So if you love Han Solo, you should actually want him to be redeemed and not the other way around. Han's final act was literally lovingly caressing his face, and that was after he got stabbed. I'm imagining Force Ghost Luke finding him in the afterlife like, well, the good news is we did murder your evil son. That was your dying wish, right? Truth be told, I still can't always understand what Chewbacca says. And I know that Han appearing to forgive him doesn't mean that nobody else gets to be mad about what Kylo Ren did, but just narratively, it's something to consider. 3, he spent 2 whole movies crying all over himself and being conflicted. Look at the contrast in helmet removals between episodes 7 and 8. He's all gaunt and distraught and like sweaty, it's got dark circles under his eyes, but still not making him uglier. His hair is still on point. He just looks like he's been crying all the time, in every scene. His face is just constantly wet, and you're like, well, it's either sweat or tears, and it's probably both. In the few scenes where it doesn't look like he's recently been crying, it's because he's currently crying. In episode 8, they even have Snoke specifically say out loud that killing Han Solo didn't make Kylo Ren stronger, and it weakened his resolve to stay on the dark side and destroyed him emotionally. I think a lot of people lose sight of the fact that Star Wars stories are generally simple and for kids. We didn't see Count Dooku spending the entire prequel trilogy lamenting his life choices and lying awake at night questioning if he had chosen the right path. People like to point to the end of episode 8 and him choosing to stay Supreme Leader as if it's his final character beat, like in episode 9, just nothing is going to happen. Character complete. 4, he's the genetic end of the Skywalker line, and if he dies evil and childless, it will be a bummer and make everyone sad. This is also the reason I'm pretty certain he's going to live. Vader died after his redemption, but Vader was also worse and an old man by that point. Kylo Ren is young. He has his whole life ahead of him. He is 25, or whatever unrealistically young age Adam Driver is supposed to be. 5, Luke believed he could be redeemed. Do you notice I've just decided to sit awkwardly to the side to make sure you all appreciate my redemption arc banner? There's that scene where Leia says that she's held out hope all this time that her son would come home, but now it's too late, he's gone.
I held out hope for so long, but I know my son's gone.
Everyone loves to cite that as evidence that they're saying that Kylo Ren isn't going to be redeemed. And all those people are just ignoring Luke's very next line.
No one's ever really gone.
So okay, we've got point, counterpoint within the story, but let's look at which character is giving us which point. Leia seems to have given up on her son because he appeared to shoot at her and almost kill her. Since they sensed each other in the Force, and then his ship approached, and then the bridge was shot, and she got launched into space, and all her friends died. But we know he didn't even do that. He was about to shoot his mom, and then he felt sad, and he didn't do it. More importantly, there's a giant difference between where Luke and Leia are in their respective stories. Leia is at her lowest point when she says she's given up on her son. She also says the Resistance doesn't have any hope left, which is very out of character.
The galaxy has lost all its hope. The spark is out.
I always see everybody pointing to that first line like it's foreshadowing, but nobody ever points to that second line like it's proof that episode 9 is going to end with like the First Order winning and the galaxy imploding. Leia, being at her lowest point, is hopeless in this scene, and Luke is hopeful. And where is Luke at? Luke is in his very last scenes as a character. He's about to die happy and content and in a situation of his own design. And then he's going to become one with the Force and be an all-knowing, all-powerful ghost. Luke is in that Jedi Master plane of existence where he's ready to just dole out advice to everybody. It makes sense that Luke, being at the end of his story and also having made his peace with the universe and doing something selfless and wise, would be the person who's the most reliable in that scene.